This is my KTM 4 days.
4 days? You know it's called the 6 days, right?
Yeah, well, I'm building this one in 4 days. We're gonna go from this bike in a box to a real thing.
And why is it gotta get done in 4 days?
Because my buddy called me up and he was like, yo, my birthday's in 4 days. Are you down to go dirt biking?
Dude, of course I'm down.
Alright, cool. I'll send you the details later. And with another dirt bike trip in the books, I was hyped. And then it hit me. Wait, I don't have a bike to ride. Why don't you just take one of these bikes? Do none of them work? Well, it's complicated, but no. That sounds like a lot of work. But the good thing is, on this engine build, we already have a head start as I've already installed the bearings and seals, and we've also did an inventory check and ordered up all the missing parts. Is this the bike with the bad crank?
Yeah, it was. I don't want to talk about it.
You can't find a replacement online?
No, you don't understand. It's irreplaceable. They don't make them anymore.
What about the KTM 300?
I mean, that might work, but it's just not the same.
So what'd you ever do about that anyway?
So I just pulled the trigger on the 300 crank. I really didn't have any other option, so I hope it works out, but I admit it's a bit of an experiment.
So to get it straight, you have the 300 crank, but everything else is from the 250?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I guess we'll see if it works out. You wanna get started?
Why'd you stop the music? The crank is just way too stiff. With time ticking down, I needed a solution quick. So I hit the books. Yeah! Follow the instructions? What kind of crap is that? That's what I did. Yeah! Huh. You know, I did rip that case gasket, and I just went with gasket maker because that's all I had left. With no time to order a new case gasket, we're just gonna have to make our own. When were you planning to start helping? Hey man, it's been a long day. It's time to recover. Psh, you haven't done anything. Sure don't want some? And with the gaskets made, it was time to get back to work and finish this engine rebuild. Dude, can you turn that off? Yeah, my bad. Hello. Yeah, are you done with that build yet? We got 48 hours until we're out of here. I think I'll get it done in time. And don't forget, that suspension needs a ton of work as well. You gotta get that done. We're on it.
please!
So I knew using the 300 crank would result in a 1mm stroke difference from 72 to 73 millimeters, but I was prepared for that by making these extra gaskets. But what I wasn't prepared for was the fact that the connecting rod would be hitting the cylinder skirt on the downstroke. This is a huge issue and could be potentially a build ender. As I see it, we really only have two options. One of them is to part out the bike, and that doesn't mean that we get to go dirt biking. The other option is to modify the cylinder and shave it down so that the connecting rod can pass through without getting hit. This is going to be unproven and further adds to the experiment of this bike, but I see it as our only real option here. So it's day 3 of the 4-day build, and I gotta admit, I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at right now. So the engine completely rebuilt and back in the frame, and all we pretty much have to do is a little bit of fine tuning. With 24 hours remaining, I think we have a great chance of getting this build done in time. After a top end rebuild, a lot of us like to do an initial compression test to give you a beginning point so you can measure how much wear is occurring on the engine after about 20 hours or so. Now, upon doing this initial test, we had some unfortunate results as we only got 100 PSI, which is just not going to cut it and get this engine to run. And although we do have a fresh piston in there, I did go with the size 8 piston, which is the smallest one available. But luckily for us, I did order the size C piston, which is just 2/100ths bigger, but hopefully this is just the difference we need in order to get compression and get this bike to fire up.